Third line gear. What is it? All right, everybody. So, in continuing the concerned citizen gear setup, we are on third line gear. We've gone through bug out bags. We've gone through first line gear, which is things like your belt setup. Now, this one I just got from this company. Currently reviewing it, checking it out, and I will have a video for you soon. But this is the Blue Alpha gear belt. So we went through first line gear, we went through second line gear, and which is the body armor, plate carriers, chest rigs, things like that. And now we're on to third line gear. So what's third line gear? Third line gear is your packs, your backpacks, and even some of the Molly-on backpacks that you find that you can put on your plate carriers, stuff like that. But third line gear is basically a pack of some sort that is going to be a lot of mission specific stuff for something where you're out for more than a day or two, you know, for long-term outings and stuff like that. Now, I have separated bug out bags from third line gear because third line gear tends to be more, historically speaking, tends to be more dedicated to the rest of your kit, like what you're using as a battle kit, as a fighting rig. Again, like your belt, your plate carrier or chest rig, and now your backpack to go on top of it. That is the complete package of 1 through 3. Your bug out bag tends to be survival type stuff. Almost strictly survival and bushcraft type stuff. Your bug out bag can also be your get home bag. It'll have a minimal amount of stuff, maybe a 24-hour sack that you keep in your car, things like that. We're going to get into automotive related prepping in this series as well, by the way. So third line gear is stuff that's going to complement your first and second line gear for sustained outings. So currently the bag that I use most of the time is this SOG, I think it's called the Ninja backpack. These are great packs. They're not really expensive. They're fully adjustable and all that. You can't put them on, I mean, you could, I suppose, if you fashioned it the right way, but you can't put this on your plate carrier or chest rig on your back. But it's just a really good all-purpose bag, and a lot of times that's what you're going to find when it comes to third line gear. It's sort of general purpose bags as opposed to the ones that you find for bug out bags, which have like a billion pockets and stuff like that. This has got, you know, a large front pocket, a large cavernous pocket with a couple little ones in between there. So let's go through this. Now this bag, which is not all put together right now, but this bag is from Fieldline Tactical. This is my old bag that I used. It's kind of beat up. It doesn't have the quality that like the SOG bags, and of course better bags do. But you can go from a bigger bag like that. You can use what I would call, this is a small to medium sized bag. I mean, you can see it up against me, and then there should have been some footage at the beginning of this that showed it actually on me, and I didn't have a whole lot of footage of that, sorry. So let's start with the outside of the pack here. I don't feel like sitting down and talking to you guys today, so I'm going to try to do this standing up. Sorry if it's awkward. So I'm going to start with the outside of the bag. The outside of the bag, I have some flex cuffs because for me, where I'm at, this is mission specific stuff. Being out here near the border and doing the things that I do in the trafficking areas, these are a must. I do like S-beaners. I have them on everything if you haven't noticed. But some flex cuffs. I have my radio here, which is a Baofeng UV5R with a Harris, I think it's a Harris type antenna. And then in this bag I have my binoculars. Now the binoculars I run are Nikon Trailblazers. These things are great. They're little tiny ones. They fit in your pocket well, and they are just sharp, just crystal clear. Look them up. I'll see if I can find a link for them. Put them on my website, rttgunsgear.com. I'll put them on the website, see if I can get an Amazon affiliate link up there for those binoculars. So that's pretty much what I have on the outside, is some S-beaners, flex cuffs, radio, hydration tube. So let's go into this first bag right here, this first pouch. Now there are some standard things that I keep in here, and there are things that get taken in and out. Again, mission specific type stuff. So some of the standard things that I keep in here are going to be a handful of chem lights. This is an IR chem light, and then I have visible green. Some of that stuff. I will have maps. These are topo maps. I use mytopo.com. These are topo maps of areas that we are in often. Spare mag. This is still in there from the last time I was out with this bag. Spare mag. Spare pair of gloves. These are aviator type gloves. You've seen me use them before. This just happens to be a black pair. But the Nomex aviator gloves, rolled up, love them. They're comfortable. They work real well in a bag like this. I have a tourniquet here, and I guess that's all I have in that pack. Oh yeah, my map reading tools, so my other map reading tools are in my truck right now. I have not put them back in here, but I have a 1/24 and a 1/50. I'll have to look at that. 1/24 and 1/50 protractors, map reading protractors. If you don't know how to use them, there's a lot of videos out there that show you super useful tools, especially if you're using grid type maps. So moving on to this small pouch right here. Small pouch here is lensatic compass, a spare pistol mag, which is pretty common for third line gear to have spare mags in there. Here is one of the survival credit cards. These things are just awesome, and they're sharp, and that's like a last ditch effort thing for me. And then if you remember in the second line gear video, I talked about the credit card size magnifier. These are good for, yeah, that is coming through on the camera. These are good for map reading and for starting fires. And they are flimsy, not flimsy, that insinuates cheap, but they're flexible. Right? I think I bought a pack of 40 of these or something at one point in time. Outus. O-U-T-U-S maybe. So there's that. And again, I got these off of Amazon. I'll see if I can find an Amazon affiliate link for that too. And that's it for the small pouch. Now moving on to the big pouch. I don't use this pouch often. So a lot of backpacks have this little pouch here. It's like an eyeglass pouch because it has the finer material in it so it doesn't scratch glasses. I don't use that pouch often, just so you know. And I don't use that pouch often because when I put stuff in there, a lot of times, depending on what I'm doing, I can feel it on the back of my head. I don't know if anybody else, if you've ever experienced that, let me know. Because I used to keep my compass in there, my lensatic compass in there, because it does have that finer material and it wouldn't scratch up the lenses of it. And yeah, there were some times where I would like hike the pack up and actually feel that thing whack against the back of my skull. Maybe it's just because I have a giant head. I don't know, but let me know if you've ever experienced that before. If it seems like I'm rushing through this, is because I feel sorry for you guys for sitting through a 30-minute second line gear video. That was entirely too long of a video, but I felt like it was just stuff that had to be said. So in the large pouch here, it's partly empty right now. This is where I'm going to put food, which I don't have in there right now. I'm going to put MREs, I'm going to put food, I'm going to put a couple different other things in there. But right now it has the water bladder in there. I don't know how well you can see that, but right there I have camo netting in there. That way I can hide myself when I'm sitting in a wash or some bushes waiting in a path that I use it for. By the way, I used to use for camo netting, this still has some netting in it. This is, I can't remember the name of this company right off the top of my head. It's made really well, but it's a drop leg IFAC, and I used to use this. It has camo netting in it right now. It's enough to cover me and another person, sort of like a blanket. And then I would put the Nikon binos in there. It's just a little bulky for being on the leg, but it is an option. I'm not going to show you all this stuff because you don't need to see my underwear, but a couple extra pairs of socks and some skivvies in here. A couple extra water bottles right here. These are to give to somebody else if they need them, not for me unless it's last minute, but these are for somebody else. I have the water bladder. Now again, there's so many things that could go into here that I would end up with another half-hour video of just one bag and some stuff that's in it, because again, it's mission-specific stuff. For an individual that's trying to be light and fast, again, this is concerned citizen gear setup. This is not platoon or team stuff that you have 7, 10, 20, 60 guys. This is for you as a concerned citizen, what you might want to pack up, what you might want to use, what you might want to have as far as prepping goes for a concerned citizen, especially if you have the training to use it. So think of third line gear this way. It's a backpack. It's a backpack for mission specific stuff that you may need for longer than 24 or 48 hours. What do you think should go in there? That's probably what should go in there. Especially based off of some of the stuff I've shown you and talked about, and probably 100 other things that are on 100 other videos that have to do with this. So third line gear, backpacks. Thanks for watching. I will try to get as many links as I possibly can on the website, rttgunsgear.com. Not allowed to put links in YouTube anymore. They will demonetize, derank, and possibly ban your channel for it. And that's why rttgunsgear.com exists now. Also, please don't forget to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/rttgunsgear, and subscribe, comments help out. If you've got any questions, let me know, and of course, share. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.